Hello, hello, my lovely Saggies. Welcome to Soulsec Tarot. My name is Christina, and I'm going to be doing your general read for the upcoming week of February. I hope that y'all are doing well. Please keep in mind that these are general reads, gender neutral, roles can be reversed, and take what resonates and leave the rest. Hope that y'all are doing well. Okay, Saggies, let's see what we got going on for you. I dropped one, so I'm going to grab it. Literally flew all the way across the room. Okay, the Mentor, the Unseen, the River, and the Eternal Child. That's what we have so far. Okay, Saggies. I feel like Saggies, since we've been on this whole transformation vibe of late, I feel like you guys are kind of coming in here as the Mentor and the Eternal Child. I feel like that's both those energies are you. And then you have the River and the Unseen. And I feel like there's just this element of something's passing you by. The unseen is typically like a dream or something. But I almost kind of want to say that it's just this pull. But I don't know. Let's get some more clarifiers and see what else we get here. The Nine of Wands and the Eight of Cups. And it's just kind of that idea of cutting away with sadness. Cutting away with I don't know. I feel like whatever it is that you guys have been going through, whatever it is that's been upsetting you in life, it's just kind of that idea of cutting away with it. And then you have Santa Muerta, the Empress, and the Ace of Cups. And Santa Muerta is the idea of, death and rebirth. And the Ace of Cups is a new intimacy. And, the Empress is just kind of that energy of being very guarded. And I feel like Saggies, this could be, for you, but the Empress at the bottom of the deck of the World in reverse. Let's get some more clarifiers. Oops. The Empress again. Okay, Sag. You have the Empress here. In this deck, the Empress is very guarded, and she kind of sits on her throne, and she knows what's going on around her. And this one is more an idea of just actively just harvesting all of the things that they like from that, like that kingdom, that empire, you know, just like of life that they've acquired, you know. I mean, like, this is kind of like the gathering of things and then the sitting on the throne. And then you have the Five of Cups, which, I mean, is Five of Cups and Eight of Cups, you know, just kind of this idea of like confusion and sadness and wanting to cut away with confusion and sadness. And I want to say, like, finding the strength to do it, you know? Because I feel like there's this idea of like like an individual strength that you're pulling on right now. I don't feel like this is like a scenario where everyone's on board and rooting for you. I kind of feel like there's a sense of independence with this. Of like, I have to cut away with the sadness. I have to cut away with the people who aren't on my team. I have to, you know, find the strength to be okay of my own accord. Is kind of what I want to say. And you have the Queen of Wands, which is fire energy. You know, I mean, it's that, like, that vivacious, you know, in this card, in the excerpt for this card, it's that idea that she's like, do you want to come and dance? You know, like, just this fullness of life and this, you know, fiery spirit. And you have Shadow Dance that came out as well. And I mean, you guys have had the devil in a lot of your reads. This one is better than the other one, in my opinion, just because it's less, you know, like, I'm not here to manipulate and control. You know, it's more of this idea of like temptation and longing and envy. You know, like, he's longingly looking, you know, at this couple, like, dancing through life, you know, waiting for his moment to kind of steal her away. You know, gender neutral. But the idea is that there's just this something that you've been watching. And Saggies, you know, honestly, I kind of want to say that you're coming in as the Queen of Wands energy right now. You know, like this, like you're wanting to bring something to life, you know, like reinvigorate it with life is what I want to say. You know, like, you're like, this isn't like, I feel like this energy that's coming through is just, it's like, it's playful and it's adventurous and it's exciting and it's got a solid Sag energy to it, you know? And you guys you're passionate and you're fiery and you're like, you're ready to go and you're like, come on, let's do this. You know, but I want to say that, like, this death and rebirth is almost this idea of like, from watching to being. From guarding yourself to harvesting, like, what you've accomplished. For, you know, a new intimacy. Which, I mean, in terms of the mentor and the eternal child, I mean, that does kind of like, it has that, like, from this to that. And I feel like that's kind of been present in your reads. It's like, I'm going from this to that. I'm moving from there to here. I'm behaving like this, but now I'm behaving like that. You know, like, I feel like there's just been like this shift, which is pretty on par with everything and everyone, I mean, honestly. But whatever the shift is, you know, it's kind of like you're seeing something pass you by, like, during this shift. And I feel like it's you know, like, obviously a person who you're dealing with if you've got the Lovers and Santa Muerta. And the idea of just kind of like this strength of letting things, I want to say, like, that held you back in the past, and finding the strength to really like pull on the, like, the energy of you, like, you're the one who's cheering you on now. You're the one who's guiding yourself. Like, you're your own guiding star. Kind of a Hierophant energy. And just following your intuition. I want to say, like, following your gut. I mean, I feel like whatever it is that you're moving toward, it's one of those things where you've been watching for a while, and you're like, I think, intuiting your moment of movement is what I want to say. Because wasn't your last read, like, you had gotten this person's number and you were like you were like texting them and, like calling them and just like coming up with the reasons to talk to them. You were just like keeping them accessible to you. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. With the Two of Swords. I mean, you guys have the Queens and the Empresses. I mean, I feel like you're just coming through with this, like, elevated, it's like elevation on elevation. Almost like this quick run transformation. I want to say from like watcher to lover. And you have the Two of Swords that popped out too. I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe it's just like, I feel like this is that person's energy, just kind of like, I mean, there's like an element of accountability here, of just kind of being like, is this what you want, and what role do you actually want to play? Like, are you coming in as the person who's just gonna like shove me down the stairs? Or are you coming in as somebody who's going to, like, partner with me? I mean, because the Mentor in this deck really has the energy of the Hierophant in the Hidden Realm deck of like, ever the student, ever the teacher. You know what I mean? Like, as somebody who has the ability to grow and evolve and move through life and not get stuck in any one place. Because everyone, I feel like people, they get in lulls, and Saggies, that's what you guys are, like, the antithesis of the lulls. You all are the ones who are like, no, on to the next. I mean, I've got Saggies that have been, friggin' everywhere in the world. You know what I mean? Like, just like, okay, like, I got comfortable here and I did it, like, check, done, off to the next. And so I feel like you're coming in with like a confidence of, yep, nope, I'm done with that, on to the next. And wanting to, bring something back to life. And finding the strength to do that, and to cut away with sadness and confusion. Just seems like I feel like this week is like, I don't know, like straightforward, or just kind of like, well, then there's that, like it doesn't feel like, in spite of the fact that like transition has been like this huge theme for everybody, it's almost like the transition had occurred while all of the other things were going on. And now it's just like, you're looking back and it's like, well, it's done now, like, okay, well, transition now. Well, it's time to just cut out with this and move forward with that and go in this direction and be this next version of myself. Like, okay, like, next. Saggies, y'all seem to be on that vibe too. So hope this resonates with y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a fantastic week, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.